How are you doing this morning?
I am
We are.
feeling a little bit sick. I'm not telling you that I am sick because I am not. I don't want to be my sickness. I'm just feeling a little bit tired and sick, and I think it's due to my son's strep throat and ear infection, and me being the only support system that he has right now. Yesterday we had like a crazy. He didn't want to take a shower, which is very common. A 3-year-old doesn't want to take a shower, but Mama has reached a point where I couldn't care less. So it was like, then don't take a shower. We're gonna wait for Daddy, and Daddy will like take care of that. Best decision ever of my day because I didn't throw away the piece that I created for the whole day, and and we ended up in a very like amicable, for lack of words, amicable relationship with my son.
You know that I support choosing your battles.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's very funny because before jumping on that live, my cat was doing his own things, my son was doing his own things. And now that I have to be with you, focused on what we do here and trying to share some love and spreading like everything that we've been learning over the past few days. Now everyone is like meowing at me, talking to me. They're like, can you like just leave me alone, please?
Well, I want you, the only thing that I will say to you as a parent in the next stages, in the next phase of parenting, there will come a time, probably sooner than you expect and you want, where it will be like, please come. I haven't spoken to you. What is going on? Would you like to snuggle?
Crazy. I see we have Sarah watching us live. Hi, Sarah. This is so good to see you live. It's been a while since last time I saw you. So happy you're here. I hope today's content will enlighten your day and make you see marketing very differently. With Patrice, we were discussing because every early week we deliver some sort of practical activity to our clients, and especially like the download that we received during the weekend or even during that specific day. And something came to me that has really like was an epiphany for me, because you know my relationship with marketing. I love it to a certain extent, and I do believe that there is a lot of manipulative marketing strategy out there that sometimes make us feel kind of like really unaligned. I know when I see those type of campaign that I don't align with, it feels like very weird in my stomach. So that's actually a feeling, the compass, right? The compass that say, oh, it's not aligned with you, which make me like dive deeper about what it is exactly that I want my clients, my audience, my prospect to take out of my marketing. And the thing is, it's not about the sale. Don't you think, Patrice? It's not always about, at least for us, it's not really about the sale. It's really about sharing that vibration, sharing that energy that will make our audience understand marketing in a very subtle, different ways.
So one of the things I think we are challenged with as just the onset of social media and having this very like one-dimensional view of people's lives, we're bombarded with manipulative marketing, and it is effective. And so I think that people are drawn to it because it is effective. But what people don't see is that when you try to manipulate the message as opposed to being authentic and standing in what you are delivering and what you are serving to your community, then you will have the immediate response because people feel that deeply, right? It's like a shot to your heart. It may not feel right, but it feels something. But then as time goes on, it's just an inauthentic way to build a relationship. The foundation is on sand. And so what you will have is that sort of like wasting away of the relationship where they're not really getting what they thought they were getting because you didn't present it in the way that was authentic and true to what you're trying to build in your community.
I really like that, which makes me think and yeah, really think of the reason why we do all the marketing research about our target markets. It's actually not to, yeah, absolutely, it's to attract, right, people to your message so they can relate. But the research that we do is really like to catch the vibrational frequency of your ideal clients. And you know, when we use the words manipulative, we don't, there is no, it's kind of a neutral feeling that we put behind it, because manipulative marketing as we see it works very well, and for people it's what makes them vibe at their higher level. So there is no judgment, it's just like the way we feel about a marketing that is not aligned with us. Having said that, I'm just going to give you like different examples. So let's say you want to match the vibration of an ideal client who is really like here for the money, who really wants to make the profit, who like kind of have those, you know, limiting belief about the money, and really is like his first is driven by the money stuff. So if you deliver a message that matches that limiting belief that they have, or just without saying limiting belief, that match that belief and that vibration that they are in, then your message will impact them and will attract them. So if I'm someone who is really looking for quick and fast solution to make my business a 7-figure, then I would probably like look and be attracted and even like see even more messages that say, hey, scale your business into 7-figure in 90 days or less, right? So it's a vibration thing. So you know that your ideal client is looking for that. There is nothing wrong about that at all. That's just not the vibe we transmute here, but there is absolutely nothing wrong. Just have to make sure you're okay with the vibe of the client that you attract. For so long, I was that coach who was like, yeah, let's turn your business into 6-figure and everything. And again, there is nothing wrong. However, something felt misaligned in my heart that didn't make me feel that the message was authentic coming from me. It was probably super authentic from other people, but coming from me, it felt very icky in my stomach. And the people I was attracting at that time were probably like misaligned. So then when I was realigning with exactly the purpose of what I was doing and, you know, explaining the old program and stuff, there were a lot of misalignments. So it is part of the qualification process before you jump on the phone call with someone. It's really like to be picky and mindful about the vibrational frequency of your marketing, of the post, of the live, of everything that you put out there.
Honestly, I would even take it a step further and say it's about really digging into yourself and knowing yourself and the value that you bring to your community and your program, and truly stepping into that and being okay with it. Because sometimes we want to be something, and so we try to project that, and then the energy that we get back is off. But then additionally, it's about really knowing who you want to serve. Because when you can stand very, very firmly in who you serve and the qualities that that person will bring out in you and you bring out in them, that's when you can truly step into it, and then you'll start to see the return. It'll be easier for you on discovery calls to say, yes, this does feel aligned, or no, this doesn't really feel right. But that's also, you know, one of the things that we hear often in our community. I keep attracting these people and it just doesn't feel right.
Absolutely agree with you. And I would love to hear from the people watching live. What do you think about that? Do you have any example that you tweak your message for something that you were asked to do by a coach, by a marketing guru or whatever, but it didn't feel quite right, but you tried? And again, there is nothing wrong with that. We all have to try things to adjust, to really understand who we want to attract and who we vibe with. Another thing that happened within the past few days with Patrice with Patrice. Patrice. Okay.
One Patrice, multiple Patrice.
Perfect. Was like we went on several discovery calls, and while our qualification process is quite heavy, because we have a form, we do have some certain contact and hit with the people we bring on the phone call before we there are referrals. So when it's a referral, it's a quite different, authentic funnel, I would say, because it's a referral. But what we hit over the past few last day was people were completely not vibing with our message at all. And instead of being upset about it, we just like took it as a learning lesson, as a stepping stone to exactly know what type of vibe we want to attract. And that has allowed us to, number one, feel very empowered by that choice of really like making sure we are transferring and giving the vibe we want to attract back. Simple basic law of attraction, right? You put what you put out there, it's what you receive. And so it was very funny because it rarely happened to me over the past few years, but the past week we're like on and on and on with people who are not aligned with the message. And it was very interesting to see and very empowering, because we decided to take it as a learning lesson, as a stepping stone to exactly know what we needed from our prospect, which made us actually come up with a new step in, very excited about that, with a pre-work program, right, Patrice? Pre-work program. Mm-hmm. We ensure that the client who fully step into the coaching with us are prepared for it. So it's a pre-program that is very accessible in terms of the financial investment, and that is very like preparing you for those massive quantum leap within your business. Because we realize that it's good to have certain notion, it's good to be familiar with the notion, but in order for you to get the results that you aim for, which is for people who came to us, creating that business of your dreams, attracting only your dream client, be able to choose with whom you work and with whom you don't work. There is a certain things, understanding, self-confidence, trust, and also knowledge that our clients need to embody so that they can get to their result faster. And that was actually a very, very amazing epiphany, really like taking that marketing piece and bringing it back into universal law and universal principle and mindset and stuff, so that you understand that marketing is nothing more or less than matching the law of vibration with the law of attraction.
I think that, and this is to pat ourselves on the back. I think that there is value in the fact that we were able to look at the situation as it was being presented to us and really step into it and say, well, if these are the people that we're attracting, what are we doing to serve on a deeper level? How are we serving these people and helping them along the path? We could have put our hands up and said, you see, nobody's right for our business. Clearly, we're doing something wrong. But instead, we looked at it as an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to see what we were doing in that moment and how we could align. So I'm proud of us.
I'm very proud of us as well. And it's not easy work. It's not something you wake up one day and it's just the experience. And we agree to say that you can think, by thinking, you can become that next level of yourself. But sometimes you need to experience in between so that you can become the person you were meant to be, your future self, right? So it's really like you think of something, then you experience it, and then you adjust, and then you become the result that you aim for.
And also that's not to say that there wasn't that moment of sadness. We both had a moment where we were like, oh, this isn't working out in the way that we had anticipated or hoped for. But really, we stepped into that pattern interrupt rather quickly, both of us supporting one another and stepping into that pattern. I think that that also says that, marketing is just that. It's not an exact science. And there are going to be times where you put something out that you've poured your heart and your soul into, and it doesn't return in the way that you expected or even envisioned. But being able to take that and take the lesson from it, both good, bad, and even neutral, and using it to deepen your perspective, deepen your relationships, deepen the service to your community. I think that's the real lesson.
Absolutely. And then you become to use marketing as a vibrational tool to attract back that energy that you put out there by doing and creating the content and message that you want to spread, that you want to sparkle the words with. And so at the end of the day, what we found, at least for ourselves and for our clients and for everything that we developed since we came together and since we decided to really add universal law to the practice of, to the growth, to your business growth, to the benefits of your business growth, we realized that the closer you can get to the vibration of Mother Earth and the cycle of Mother Earth, the more you will attract those type of people that you want to attract. And it's to stand up and stand out for that specific vibration that you're looking for. Like, you deserve the best. You deserve the best. Like, marketing, honestly, is supposed to be fun. If it's not fun, that just means you're not plugged into the right vibrational frequency. Because if you don't have fun doing your marketing, or even hiring someone doing your marketing, but you have no fun watching them do your marketing, if you have no skills for marketing, you won't attract the fun. You will just have like pain in the butt experiences. And so, yeah, getting closer to your vibrational roots, to the vibration of your roots, so that you can attract back those people who really relate to your message. Because I promise, when you inspire, and it doesn't really matter how much your program costs, how much your service costs, how much, it doesn't really matter, because when it's the right match and when it's the right timing, it's going to happen. And the people meant for the type of work that you provide will find a solution. I think I am complete. I see Sarah is saying, finding the zone. And it's absolutely that. It's about finding the zone of your marketing as well, the vibration of your marketing, and be in that zone. Any more things that our community wants to add before we wrap up that call? I'm going to leave you a few more minutes and then we will go. Patrice, anything that you want to add?
No, I think that I'm complete. Yeah. Yeah, Sarah, really leaning into yourself. Absolutely. Yeah, Sarah, it's so true. When you can just lean into what your skills are and what the services that you provide, and stand so clearly in what your vision is and who your client is, it becomes effortless. It is no longer something that you think about. It's just who you are, and you're providing to them what they need. And always keep in mind that the person who needs to hear the message will hear the message. You can't make a mistake.
I absolutely agree with that, which requires a lot of trust. Lot of trust. That's actually the foundation, or really living the life up to that next level of yourself, up to that future. It's really trusting that she's created already, and she's just here to guide you. And that's the beauty of really instead of making things happen, allowing things to happen. I'm starting to be very picky with the words that I use, because I believe that they have a vibrational impact on who received it. And I even become very icky when I read something and it says you want that, make it happen. And I'm more about you want that, find the vibrational level that match what you want, and then allow it to come to you, because it's more effortless. And along the way, you realize that the fun is in the waiting type of thing, is in you uncovering the steps, you uncovering the things that make you feel amazing. And when you start to become that person who is like really looking for the obstacle and challenges, because you know that's what's going to make you grow, and so you're looking for that uncomfort, you're even looking for that boredom, because you know that there will be an epiphany like right at the end of that phase. Oh, I love that.
That is good. I think that is where we should that is like the bow on top of the message.
We're complete. Oh my goodness, we love you guys. I hope you had as much fun as we had together today. So much love for you, this so much, and I have my energy back from that live, which is amazing.
Always
things to do, my darling.
I love that. Let's do it.
Yes. And by the way, just dropping that here, we are going to beta test the pre-work program that we are launching in September with an early access mid-August. If that's something you want to hear about, again, that's a pre-work program. It's a beta test. So we made it very accessible in terms, of course, of the content to make you quantum leaps, right? And understand the process of thinking, doing, and being, your ultimate version, but also in terms of the monetary exchange. So if you're interested about that, just drop a comment or send us a PM. A PM, we said? Yeah, private message.
Private message, yeah.
We'll be in touch. We love you very much, and we hope you got a lot of goodness out of that.